Will literally show you the Korea that you've been dying to see.
It's time to experience the nooks and crannies of Korea as with your own 2 feet on
K-Patch
with Cedric.
It is a Monday, and this, since our new season started in spring, is the way that we kick things off with K-Patch. Cedric comes in with a video on any theme to do with any part of Korean culture, and we'll show that to you in parts 1 and 2, and then get your content as well in parts maybe 2 and 3. Cedric, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well. I feel well rested.
Yes.
So I'm feeling good.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
You're looking refreshed.
Well, thank you.
Look like spring suits you, Cedric. I can tell you that much. We're both wearing the same washed out jeans again. What is this? This is not our only jeans.
Are we wearing the same shoes as well?
Almost,
The Air
yeah.
Maxes?
Oh my goodness. What are we? We're like bottom half brothers.
That's awesome.
That sounds weird.
We're
I'm not going to
halfy
say
brothers.
that. Halfy
Hey, there
brothers.
we go.
I like that. Yes, both of us. Just for any new listeners or anyone who doesn't know as well, we're both half Korean, though we may not look like it. How has your weekend been, Cedric? Done anything interesting?
Weekend's been great. You know, a little filming. Was interviewed for a YouTube channel here.
Ooh.
And then also I did my own video where
Okay.
I reacted to a DNA test
Oh, wow.
that Becky and I actually took.
Nice. Not for any like Jerry Springer style unveil about mystery parents.
No, or no crime or anything involved like that. Just simply finding out what our genetic makeup is.
Oh, in terms of like where you're from originally.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that was interesting because I've been, for years hearing about these DNA tests and, people kept commenting on my channel, you should take a DNA test. I mean, because
Okay.
I guess because I'm, mixed.
Yeah, and it would be maybe more interesting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And so the results were very shocking.
Wow.
I discovered that I am partly from Ethiopia. At least you
Wow.
could trace me back there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How far back does it go? And like how small a percentage does it note? Like if you're from, I don't know, 0.5% from Botswana, would it tell you that?
It does. Well, as far as the Asian countries, they do break down each country. I think some of the like Americas, they don't get super specific, but they break down into the certain percentages.
Wow.
And from my understanding, I think different DNA tests are more stronger in certain regions. And,
This is a Korean one.
this is a Korean one. It's a newer Korean company that popped up. And so they reached out to us and we're like, hey, why not?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know how much it normally is to take this
To be
test?
honest, no, I don't. But I think it is a reasonable price.
And how do you do it? Do you need to go in and take your blood or anything like that?
Well, you can go to their website, which obviously will not plug. But yeah, you can go to their website and they just, you order a test and they send it to you and you just spit in a bottle and send it back. And within a
just
few
spit in a
days, you get
bottle?
your results. Yeah.
That's enough. Wow, that's amazing stuff. You can check out that video. Is it up yet?
It is up. Yeah.
Okay, on Sky Cedi. That's Cedric's YouTube channel.
So that was my weekend.
That sounds really fun. I've never done that. And I guess, being half-half, there'll be loads of different places where you've originally come from,
Yeah,
right?
so it was very shocking. Of course, I am mostly Asian, like 57 or 59% Asian, but then it breaks down to all of these regions, and I'm like, am I even Korean?
Wow. Yeah, because there must be lots of influence from neighboring countries, even
for
here
sure.
in Korea, right? That's really cool. Maybe we could do a video on that one time for
Sure, that
K-Patch
would be
as
awesome.
well. I wonder if any of the listeners have done DNA tests just for that reason or any other reasons. Let us know today. Today's hashtag, before we get into things, just quickly, Cedric, is
Sure.
clothes or odd. What is your favorite outfit? If you had to describe it, would it be something smart and sexy or casual and laid back?
It would be a mixture of casual and semi-formal.
Okie dokie. So
Yeah.
describe your perfect outfit head to
Okay,
toe.
sure,
Is there a
sure.
hat?
There is not a hat
Okay.
because I think my head is too big for any hat.
Really?
Yeah, but I would say it would, let's see, I would have a pair of sunglasses.
Okay.
And then I would have a nice button-up shirt, cleanly pressed.
Lovely.
Probably darker.
Okay.
And then I would have a nice form-fitting pair of, I don't want to say skinny jeans, but just really nice fitted jeans.
Maybe some slim-ish
Yeah,
ones.
slim jeans.
What colour?
Tapered.
Washed out like this?
Dark blue.
Okay.
Yeah, dark blue probably.
Yeah.
And then some like dressy shoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not sneakers.
And some funky socks.
Oh, wow.
Not sneakers, no. So
That's
I think
cool.
that would be like just that's how I used to dress before
Okay.
I moved to Korea. I feel like my fashion is kind of
Regressed.
decreased. Yes.
No, but you've got
yeah.
the choice to wear anything you like, Cedric. I don't think I've seen you wear formal shoes in the studio.
No, I've never
maybe
come in
at
with
all.
formal shoes, no.
How come if that's your preferred thing? Is it just a bit of an effort to put those on?
Well, it's not the most comfortable.
Uh-huh.
You know, I have to admit, sneakers are a little better to wear.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my choice as well. Sneakers all the time just because of the comfort.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I know smart formal dress shoes can look good, but if you're wearing them all day, your feet hurt like crazy
That is
by
true.
the end of it, right? Today's topic then for K-Patch, Cedric, where are you going to take us visually?
Oh, we're going to go to a self-photo studio here in
Ooh.
Korea. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Describe what that is for anyone who's like self-photo
Yeah.
studio.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, that's what I was thinking too. But as a photographer myself, this was actually very fun because a self-photo studio is essentially I would argue it's a professional studio setup where you can go in and take professional style photos
Yeah.
by yourself.
Without a pro photographer
Without
there.
a pro photographer. Now, there will be someone there, probably a pro photographer, helping you set everything up, but then they'll give you a trigger and you can just snap away with you and your friends or family, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever.
Wow,
Yeah.
okie dokie. So what's your first video going to show us?
So we're going to a self studio that's located in Jongro, and we'll show you the process of pretty much taking the photos and all the props that are involved. So let's watch that. This is Becky's name in Korean.
Oh,
She made the
wow.
appointment.
It's got all the appointment names on there. So you should book in advance, I guess.
Yeah. And so this is just a nice little glimpse of all of the outfits that you can pick and wear.
Oh, they offer you clothing as
They
well.
do. You can wear your own, of course. And that's the outfit she picked for me.
Nice. You look
Speaking
like
of old,
yes. You look like one of those fancy guys from the early 20th century.
we were
in
going
Korea.
for that. We were going
Oh
for
wow! Yes, it's amazing.
that. Just a really old school vibe, you know?
It's like Mr. Sunshine kind of attire.
accessories here that you can choose with your outfit.
Were there any hats that fit your head?
No, I didn't even try.
Oh, so there's a little like prep area.
You can
to do
actually
makeup
do
and
your
stuff.
hair, yeah. And then she explains how to pretty much just function and take your own pictures.
And that little trigger thing is so you can take them remotely.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes.
So they gave us 30
where we
minutes.
could just take pictures and have fun.
And the pictures come up on the screen like straight away.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
So we're just snapping away. We actually had an outfit change as well. So
I
we decided
love
to change
it.
our outfit a little bit.
She's wearing your jacket.
Yeah,
It's a
she
cold
is.
evening.
5 minutes left, so we're just gonna make the best of it, get a few more shots, and then we'll look through the photos.
I tell you what, time went by so fast though.
How long is that session then?
That session is 30 minutes.
Just
Now
30 minutes,
They
okay.
they were nice enough to give us an extra 5 minutes, and they gave us the option of doing black and white photos for the extra 5 minutes. So she
Ooh.
actually set up a whole nother section
Yeah.
just to do black and white photos for us
That's
for free.
wonderful. I've been to a self-photo studio before, but it wasn't like this, as professionally done. Like, you couldn't see the photos on a screen like that. That's really convenient. You had to keep
Yeah.
going back to the camera and checking
Oh,
and
really?
stuff, yeah, on the
Yeah.
little screen.
I think yeah, these days it's easy to just monitor on a bigger screen.
Yeah, that's wonderful stuff. So how much was that?
So that one was about 70,000 won.
Okay, and
Yeah.
they're giving you the camera, everything
They're
like
giving
that?
the camera, the studio, and plus the time. So I don't think it's a bad deal. It depends on how you look at it because
Sure.
basically we took maybe close to 200 photos.
Wow.
Yeah, but you get the option for that price to choose two
Okay.
to get edited,
Uh-huh.
and then they'll print those two out for you.
Oh, they give you print versions of a
Yes.
couple of them.
And they also email you those versions.
Of those two? Mm-hmm. And then
Of those two.
The rest you get to keep as well? or-
No.
So the rest, like 100 and something, you don't even get the digital files for?
No, you don't. But they give you
really?
the option of actually, of course,
Yeah.
paying more, and then you can get all of those raw files. Which we were debating whether or not to do it because it was so fun, and we had so
Yeah.
many good pictures that came out. But we were like, is it worth the extra 20,000?
Oh, is that how much they charge to take the
Yeah.
rest?
Yeah, it
That's
was Iman
interesting.
one.
So the one that I went to, it was for my son's, I think his Pegu, so his 100-day celebration like you have in Korea. And they didn't give us any printed versions, but part of the deal was you got all the raw files. Like they just gave you those instead.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't as expensive because, number one, it was a good... How old is he now? About 7 years ago. And number two, we went out of Seoul because I think the main cost of a photo studio is the rent that they have to pay. So Jongno is pretty expensive. I assume that's central. So went down to Bundang, and I think it was about 50,000 for close to an hour. So we got a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to see in your second video other things, but the backdrops were not that plain white sheet, which looks really professional. It was just lots of like propped areas, and you could like go around. You'd have to move the tripod, obviously, but you got lots of variety in it. Was it just that screen there?
It was just that screen, but there are also other colored backdrops, which are not in the video, I don't think. But
you can choose.
You can. Well, that is the main one, which you saw. But then the black and white. She was able to give us another backdrop. And it's basically just paper that you can roll down.
Okay.
Yeah, so nothing fancy.
And she goes away for the 30 minutes?
Yeah, she goes in her little corner, does her thing.
Okay.
So it's probably a nice little relaxed time for her. And she's just there whenever we need help.
Sure. And then you feel self-conscious if a stranger is watching, I feel. That's why I don't like having an actual photographer there that I'm meeting for the first time. Doing it yourself, I think it's kind of fun. We'll get to some more videos from Cedric, some more of your messages. Tell us about photo taking in your country. Is it a big thing? Like in Korea, selfies have been around for ages, and we'll talk about that after some We Are the Night. Take your camera. camera를 챙겨. We're back for part 2. K-Patch with Cedric this week, looking at the self-photo studio. We saw that video in part 1. Looked really cool. The dress-up aspect of it, I wasn't expecting that. Like, that must be a little gimmick of that studio as well.
Yeah, it was very fun. And, again, you don't have to dress up, but it's an option. And the unique thing is, for those of you guys that are wanting to get married in Korea and don't have the funds for a professional photographer, just go over there. They have a few wedding dresses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and take your wedding photos there.
You could have done it in a wedding dress,
you
Cedric.
did that.
I want to see you in a wedding dress next time. That's so true, because here, unlike in the West, where I don't know many couples who do the pre-wedding photo shoot, the pre-wedding photo shoot here is like almost a must. I've seen so many people do it.
That's true. That is interesting. Usually in the States, where I'm from, it's usually the day of you're doing the wedding photos.
Yeah, you do them, I think, early before the ceremony separately, and then together, because you're not meant to obviously see each other on the day. After the ceremony finishes, the photographer takes aside the best men and like the bridesmaids, and you all have photo time. But here, I've been to countless friends pre-wedding photo shoots, and in the UK that's a celebrity thing to do. So I'm like, why are you having this? You're not famous, and it costs a good like $1 million or so, like $1,000. What a good idea. Just do it at one of those self-photo studios.
Yeah, I mean the equipment is professional.
Yeah. The photos, you are a professional photographer, Cedric. Did you think that the quality was good on screen, at least from judging it like that?
I think so. Even the retouching can be subjective depending on who's doing it, but the actual photo quality and the lighting setup. I mean, you have less control on how you want the lighting to be set up. But
I'm guessing the average man will have no idea about that, right?
Exactly.
But for you see something that you'd like to change a little bit.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it, know. So, I think you are getting a professional product back.
Yeah.
So no complaints there.
Because I was thinking 70,000 without the digital raw files sounds expensive, but if you compare that to about $1,000 for a wedding photo shoot, that's a steal. That's a bargain, right?
And just pay the extra $20,000 to get all of the raw photos, and then you can retouch them yourself or have someone else do it.
Not a bad idea at all.
That's how you can save some money.
We got some messages from our listeners. Glowy Jane says we should get a photo shoot in a studio with all the Arirang Radio fans someday. I'd love to see the end product. I'll come and take the photos as well if you like. I'm not. Maybe you should do that actually, because you're a professional photographer. I'll be a cheerleader.
That would be a good sight though, to have all of you guys here. At the same time.
In the studio we could take it. Lighting's not too bad.
Raul says he's never been in a photo session, but he does have a passport photo.
Well, that counts because that's in a self studio that was the original thing, just that box. We used to have it in the post office in the UK. Do you have that in the States as well, the box to take passport photos? photos?
I mean, I'm sure there are. I don't remember seeing any. Usually you go to like the post office to take a photo, or you can go to Walmart.
Would they
or...
take it for you then?
Yeah.
The photo? Oh,
yeah,
really?
They would take it for you. You can go to like a department store or, like a Walmart or something like that.
And they have like a photo section and they'll print it off for you as well. That's interesting. In the UK, there's so many little photo boxes where you put in your coins into the little slot and then you just take them like that. Ral and anyone else, we'd love to see your passport photos. No passport information, obviously, but passport photos would be good. Siska says, I really want to go to this photo studio. Maybe we could get it on the Arirang TV show, See What I See. Anyway, I have a photo studio a long time ago, but not a self one. There was a photographer who took them for me. I want to see those pictures, Siska.
Yeah, send it in, Siska. Yana says, I try to take my family photos, but it takes 30 minutes just to arrange everyone and get them in position.
Well, Yana, if you've got little kids, I can understand. To get Gio and Ellie to pose at the same time is impossible.
Yeah, that's the one thing I would never want to do is be a family portrait photographer or work with kids.
I was going to ask you for some good tips on how to get my kids to pose, but you're just giving up, right?
Yeah, don't even ask me with that one.
Yeah, I don't think there is a scientifically proven way. I think you'd have to Photoshop separate photos with poses. Yana and Chloe Jane also saying that in China and Malaysia, it is common to have the pre-wedding photo shoot. Anyone in the West, I'd love to know if it's common where you're from, because I don't think it is, unless you're like David Beckham and Victoria Beckham.
Right. The more common thing are engagement photos.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, that is a thing.
So you get engaged and then you take them at a later date, or while you're getting engaged and proposing?
Well, no, usually you'll pick a date, between your engagement and also your wedding day, and then you just have a photo shoot, and a lot of times that'll be the photos that you'll use to send to your loved ones saying, hey, you're invited to the wedding. We're getting married. Save the date sort of thing.
And that's not in like a wedding dress or something,
No.
usually. It's just however you want to do it.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool. Video number 2 then, Cedric.
Video number 2 is going to be the process of after Becky and I, we took the photos and we're going to show you as much as we could the selection process and what happens after. So let's watch.
Time's up.
Oh, it pops up like that. That's cute. I like that photo.
The last photo right there.
Okay, now it's time to select the photos.
셀렉하는 건 두 장만 골라주셔야
She's saying we
So we
can
only
select
pick
2.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I wasn't able to
So
show
right
you
now,
guys.
I can't show
Okay.
you the screen, but we are choosing.
Because that's part of it. You might be taking those photos on your camera.
We sent to
Which is
us
smart.
And I believe edited, right? Yeah, so we're gonna have like quick edits sent to them. So right now she is editing the photos. So
She
we
does
can
it on
see
the
she's
spot?
editing
She does
them
it.
right
Wow.
now, so
So I got some creepy shots of her.
Over the shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks nice. You are wearing a hat, Cedric.
Well, yeah, in that one, yeah.
Perched
I
on your head.
I totally
get your
forgot.
pictures printed and framed.
Oh, wow,
They
they're
do it right
framed
here.
as well.
So you
Okay.
do 6x8 for an additional 20,000, and then 5x7 for 15,000.
So you get 4x6.
Included in the
Included.
70,000.
알려주세요. 많이는 안
Okay.
했고요. Before, F부터.
And she just asked for our feedback if she wanted us to retouch it more.
What kind of editing does she do there?
I think just skin retouching, and she even mentioned she made us look skinnier.
임의로 넣어놨거든요.
Lovely.
한 세트씩 가지시면 되세요. 감사합니다.
Oh, that's nice. With a frame as
Yeah,
well.
it's
It
very
makes it
cute.
more reasonable.
Very cute. And, to actually show you guys in person, I brought the actual photos here.
Oh, nice.
yeah, so I'll let you take a look.
Oh, wow, that's really cool. I love that photo. Look at them looking super happy here. I
Yeah,
don't know
so
if we
I've
can
got
get a
this other
close-up.
one.
There we go. Of Cedric laughing more than you've ever laughed in this studio, for sure. Are you happier to be with Becky than my good-looking self,
Well,
Cedric?
it's sort of a competition between you guys. But yeah, so
Aw.
and of course Becky being a model, she directed the whole shoot and was telling me what to do,
Can I
which
show
is
this one
great
as
because
well?
I didn't know how to pose.
Oh, look at this one. You dancing away. I love that picture. Do you guys, because you are you're especially a great photographer, Cedric.
thank you.
Does this still mean something to you having photos like this?
It does, because this was more just us having fun and just in the moment.
That's lovely.
So it's really cute.
And I don't know, because you're a professional photographer, maybe you'll do this more often, but for me and my family and my wife, we never take these proper pro photos, you know. So my wife is kind of bugging me, saying, why don't we from time to time make the effort to do this? It's a good excuse, right? Just to get some good memories.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I was happy because usually either I'm taking the photo of Becky or she's taking the photo of me. So we barely have a lot of good photos together. So this is a good chance to just bond like that.
Yeah, the same
Have
with
something.
me
Yeah.
and my wife. It's either me with the kids or her with the kids. So it looks like we're single parents or something in all of our photos.
Right.
You'd have to go to a wedding studio like that or a photo studio to get them. So overall, happy with that? What do you think?
Overall, yes, I am happy with it. I'm still, for me, the 70,000 was a little like,
For 30 minutes of photos,
right, but that's only because I am a photographer and I couldn't help but think I could do this myself.
Yeah.
But for the normal person or the average person, I still think this is a pretty good deal because you get the experience and you get to just hang out, have fun, and just play around, and you get the outfits.
Yeah. I think that different studios do it differently. As I mentioned, my experience with the 100-day photo with Geo was completely different. Like, they weren't even in the room as well. It was like a massive space, almost like a mini warehouse. And they had maybe 7 different settings, so different corners where you could take photos. And they did have like a few outfits for the kids, not so many for adults. And then you just took the tripod around, took the lighting around with you. It was maybe less hands-on in terms of their help, so the photos maybe didn't come out as well. And they didn't print out anything for you either. So I think you can get like different deals at different studios. But even as a photographer, if you're saying, you know, it's a good fun experience for the everyday person, that must be a brilliant thing for a memory.
I think so. And if you ever visit Korea, I think this is one of the things that would be fun to do and try out.
Yeah, absolutely. Find a self-photo studio here. Is it something you'd consider doing, Cedric, as a photographer? Like having a self-photo studio?
You know, I thought about it actually. After Becky and I left, we were thinking, how can we do this ourselves and make a, you know, a little side hustle out of it?
Sure.
But, you know, I would consider, but also then that would require us to sort of man it, you know, while people come in. So
Be there all the time, right?
Yeah.
Maybe just being a photographer who has to be there and take the photos, that could be a bit more lucrative, I guess,
I would think so, yeah.
All right, we're going to get on to some listener content, probably in terms of photos that you've had taken at professional studios or photo booths in part 3. Keep sending them in via Kakao Talk. Our username there is DailyK, all one word. After some 여자친구 G-friend, this is Chokak Click. We're back for part 3. K-Patch with Sky, Sedi, Cedric in the studio talking about the self-photo studio here in Korea. But due to COVID-19, we realise it could be tough for you to go and film something about this. So any photos you've had like done professionally by a photographer or in a little photo booth, even for your passport picture, send them in as long as you're not too shy, and we'll show it to just the rest of the world. No biggie, right? Nobody's watching. It's all right. We've got lots of messages to read out. Rebecca Brown says, my brother's getting married and had a photo booth at his wedding. We're assuming here you mean like a booth where you can take memory photos at the wedding, right?
Right. That seems like a thing that happens a lot these days in the States.
Yeah,
you'll have little props and like a little photo booth, quote unquote, set up.
Yeah,
and
maybe
the photographer would just take pictures, have fun with the guests.
With the professional photographer maybe there for an hour or two. I've seen it as well with the Polaroid cameras, and then you get the snapshot straight away, which is a nice memory to have. And you said next September you're going to be the bridesmaid. Ooh, good luck with that, Rebecca.
Very cool. Yana says, how can you only pick 2 photos from hundreds? So we had about, I would guess, about 200 photos taken. It was really difficult. We had to use a program where we can star the photos that we wanted to have picked and edited. And so we just went through and narrowed it down to maybe 15, 20. And
How
then from
long did
there,
that take? Is that after the 30 minutes, right?
Yeah. So she gave us 10 minutes to do that.
Okay, you got a time
so everything
limit
is
on that
timed.
as well.
So, right. So it was very difficult. So Becky and I, we wanted to go with something more quirky and fun because a lot of our photos are, you know, a little bit more professional, if you will. So
Okay.
we're going to have something that reflects really who we are.
Oh, they looked amazing. I really like them.
thank
But
you.
that also makes me feel that out of the other hundreds, there must have been some more gems in there too.
There were a lot of good ones. It was very difficult, I have to say.
I feel like because it's on the hard drive anyway, it's not costing them anything to give you that, right?
Right.
But I guess that's part of the business in this digital era. Chloe Jane gives us a little tip saying, taking photos of kids, I would say you need a lot of props and toys to keep them occupied. Yeah, for that 100 days, we bought so many rattles, so we'd point the camera and rattle above the lens to
Right.
make Gio look. I'm going to admit this, though. He was sitting on a little bench and we were both distracting him, and he got so excited he fell flat on his face and started crying.
No way.
The rest of the photos have a big bruise on his forehead that we had to Photoshop out, if you get my drift.
That is awesome.
Sorry,
Rich.
Gio. Terrible parents.
Yana says, I'm always the photo taker in my family. I'm always in charge of taking photos whenever there's a family gathering. I really should invest in a good camera now that I've been using one for 6 years. Even though I'm not a good photographer and I don't know how to edit, still it's better to have a few photos than none.
Is that your kind of mantra as a photographer? Do you take as many photos as possible, or do you think it's better to like time it and try and get
Sure.
one good one?
Both. You know,
Okay.
I try my best to time it and really capture the moment, because composition and how, the person is placed is very key. But also a lot about photography is unpredictable. And sometimes you want to capture the moments that you don't plan for. So I try to take as many as possible while directing or, trying to control the situation, because we live in a digital era.
Sure.
So we can have tons of photos and we could just delete later.
I feel like before, photographers did have a much harder job when it was film
Yeah,
cameras, right? Because you'd have to
absolutely.
really choose what you're going to take a photo of, because
Right.
you'd have to pay so much money to develop it, or you just use up your film quickly,
Right. And you have no way of reviewing what you just took.
That's insane how much things have changed.
Right. Do you remember those days?
I grew up with film cameras,
Exactly.
we might sound old, but
Right.
yeah, until about, I think my first digital camera was when I was 16. They came out maybe a year or two before that, but before that, you'd have to, make sure you were taking a good photo.
Yeah.
And then you'd have no idea until you developed the film, and they could all be blurry. It was terrible, wasn't it?
I remember those days, yeah.
Thank you, technology. We got some of your content now. Hartley has sent this in saying, this is my idea of a self-photo studio. It pops up in my spare room when we're not testing my robots. That's pretty
Robots?
cool. What do you think of that? He makes robots on the side as a
Harley,
hobby.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's I'm a big advocate of using what you have. And I've done similar things. Like a lot of my photos are actually, if you go behind the scenes,
Yeah.
they look very similar.
It's just like a sheet for the background.
Yeah,
But it
or
looks like it's got
paper or just the wall.
professional lighting there, right? Those umbrella things.
Yeah, and so the lighting is very important as well to shape the contrast of the photo. And so it seems like Hartley knows what he's doing.
Yeah, because I've never had any flash other than on my camera, right? But
Right.
that can make a huge difference, would you say?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, wow. Maybe I'll get some umbrellas and fashion my own flash. That'll probably be a bad idea. Yana from Malaysia has also got in touch. This is a bit more my style for self-photos. It looks like just a tripod and a camera. You said, these are my two items to get photos, not only set up at home but outdoors. Since my camera can be connected to a phone, I can snap even when the camera is far away. The photo is me trying to take a family picture at my grandparents' house. Oh, wow. So some digital cameras these days, you can link it to your phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you do that as well?
Yeah, not with my big cameras, but
Okay.
with my smaller cameras, yeah.
And then what can you do from your phone? Aside from take a photo, can you view your photos?
You can
on-
view your photo.
Wow.
Yeah, there's so much you can do over Wi-Fi with these cameras these days.
I haven't got a new digital camera in, I'd like to say maybe 8 years. So in that time, things have obviously progressed
Just a little
quite
bit,
lot.
Peter. Just a little bit.
Maybe I need to think about getting one, because the phone cameras are so good these days. Like,
Yeah.
I just rely on that. Would you say it's worth it, like as just a kind of amateur photographer, to have a separate, at least, digital camera, or even SLR, DSLR?
Right. Well, if you're wanting to get into photography, yes, whatever's in your budget, it's worth it. But the best camera is the camera that's with you.
Okay.
To
so it
doesn't.
the moment,
yeah,
right?
it doesn't matter who you are.
I'm so
So-
grateful that phones are so much better
Yeah.
than they used to be, right? Because that's with you all the time. We got one here from Siska as well. More than one. These are some of your professionally taken photos. Wow, you can tell
Wow.
this is maybe from the 90s, right? That kind of filthy filter and that vibe.
Nice.
I love it. You say, sorry for spamming photos. These photos are all old and some of them from the photo booths. Wow, that's university graduation 21 years ago. You can tell like they used to have that kind of hazy filter,
Right.
which doesn't look as clear, but that was the fashion, wasn't it?
Right.
Why are you looking so serious, Siska, in the back row there? Why is everyone looking serious? Why are there no smiles?
I think that was the thing, just to kind of straight face at the camera. But there we go. Now we're getting to the fun.
These are way more beautiful, I feel. Self-photo studio, you say. The pic in the background, and then you just click. You can put up different pictures, maybe as a digital like screen or something. That's wonderful. That looks really old style K-pop first idol generation. I love it. Fantastic stuff. And you said your last one is in a photo booth. Did you ever try these out, the sticker booths in Korea?
I was going to ask you the same thing because, to my shame, yes, I used to do that.
To your shame.
In high school, actually with, my friends, because I used to hang out with a lot of like Koreans and those, and half Koreans, but we were all into the sticker thing.
Did they have that in America then?
They had some booths set up, yeah.
For mainly Korean customers, or were there lots of people from the States doing sticker photos?
Well, it was in our mall,
Okay.
from what I remember. So I think it was just I think it was an Asian trend that sort of trickled into where we were.
I don't think they were in the UK. So whenever I came to Korea, my cousins would make me do it. And at first I was self-conscious. And this is for losers. And then I loved it.
Right.
You get loads of fun photos, stick them in a little book and everything.
Yeah, that's nice.
Leon, you've sent us in your passport photo.
Very
Looking
cool.
Very... very serious there. You said the photographer gave me a digital copy too. It's from a few years ago when I renewed my passport. It looks better than my passport photo. I've got the worst one ever.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Can even not professional photographers take good passport pics?
I think passport photos just by nature just don't look good. I mean, Leon, you look great.
Yes, better than me and Cedric for sure. Raul, this is your passport photo, like actually in your passport. Wow, you're looking better than me as well.
Yeah, you look a little angry, Raul. Were you okay that day?
Maybe to let you in to the airport, you want to look angry. This is on the license, I believe. That looks a bit happier.
Yeah.
Pretty blurry, but I'm assuming that's your camera rather than the original post there. Thanks for sending all that stuff in. I know it can be a bit personal, but Cedric shared his stuff with Becky, which looks superb.
Oh,
Cedric.
thank you. It was very fun.
One of my favourites, I think, today for K-Patch. Thank you so much, buddy. Next week's theme, we're still undecided, so if you've got any suggestions, send them in, and Cedric will take those on board, and we'll pick one out by midweek and let you know what to film for next Monday. Have a good week and stay safe. We'll see you on Monday, Cedric.
Stay safe, everybody.
Here's some Mama Moo self-camera.